for the meantime, ma'am, bigyan niyo kami ng update sa Cebu kung ano ng kaganapan ngayon.
So, if I can just share my screen, Ringo and Miss Marita.
Yes, just go ahead, Miss Angeline. It's our privilege to have you with us as well.
Okay, we're excited.
Yeah, I'm also very excited as well, no, to present my project kasi ang daming good news, no, from Cebu.
Wow!
So, ang daming good news because of course, right now, if siguro some of you who are from Cebu na hindi na naka-visit dito, or some of you from Visayas, or maybe some of you have been frequenting Cebu because of business or pleasure, if nakapunta kayo dito for like in a span of 5 years, you would agree with me that Cebu has slowly transforming into a modern global eco-city. So, alam natin that Cebu, it's not an unfamiliar na place, di ba? Because Cebu is one of the major cities in the Philippines. And in fact, it's the second largest cosmopolitan, no, in the country, second to Manila. And of course, Cebu is the center of commerce, trade, industry, healthcare, and education in the Visayas. So if you remember, Colon Street is actually the oldest street, no, in the country. And that is actually also where the first trading began, no, here in this part of the country. And then in Cebu, likewise, there are few mga export processing zones. That's why we attract so many investors here, foreign and local alike. And we also attract different workers, not just from our neighboring mga towns and municipalities, but also in the neighboring islands as well. In terms of education, nagiging center of education na rin yung Cebu. To think, we have 11 universities, 57 colleges, and 5 international schools dito sa Cebu. No? So that's actually the reason why parang Cebu is considered as the capital of the Visayan region. Now, we were just talking a while ago, Marita and Ringo was saying, ano ba yung mga famous ng Cebu? What are the things that Cebu is known for? So, isa na talaga doon, no, is ang lechon. As mentioned, lechon is a staple food in terms of celebration. So when you're having birthdays, we're celebrating Christmas, New Year, and whatever fiestas, lechon is never gone in that table. Nandun talaga yon. That's a staple food for celebration. And the best lechon, I would say, no, bias lang ako, is actually from Cebu, in Talisay actually. And then, of course, we're also known for our celebration. We have the Festival of the Festivals. If you know, Sinulog Festival is the grandest Mardi Gras probably in the country. So, in this time, even yung nasa labas, no, from outside the country who are Filipinos would come here either as a devotee or di kaya as an spectator. So this is really a grand celebration for us, yung Sinulog. And of course, we have several historic sites. We talk about Magellan's Cross, Mactan Shrine, Basilica del Santo Niño, Fort San Pedro, as well as different natural scenic spots. I don't know if you have been to the different pristine white beaches in Cebu. Have you been to Bantayan Island, Malapascua, San Remigio, Badian, Mualbual, or Camotes Island? So those were the white beaches here in Cebu. Or are you the adventurous type? Have you been to canyoneering in Kawasan Falls or in some falls in Badian? Or di kaya, have you also been into whale shark watching in Oslob? Or seen the sardines run in Pescador Island, or bird watching on Olango, or glamping, or simply enjoying the scenic spots of flower gardens in the mountains of Cebu. So these are among the things that Cebu is actually famous of. So if you are an investor, why would you invest in Cebu? So they are saying there are 8 reasons why Cebu is considered as an investment haven. So number 1 is a booming economy. Of course, if you're an investor, you wanted to be in a place where economy is stable, no? And especially if economy is going on an upward trend. So you wanted to be in that place. Second, accessibility. So for example, if you're going to invest into property and then hindi ka naman masyadong nakakapunta doon because of the lack of access, you don't also want that. So Second reason why it's a good investment is because of accessibility. Third is great labor force. So if you're planning of coming here, putting up your business in Cebu, so Cebu is a good place because we have a very skilled workers here and a good labor force. Four, increasing tourism. Of course, if you're putting into investment into a property and you wanted it rented out, you wanted as many people to come and visit and also to come to rent your place. So nakakadagdag if that area has a very good tourism industry. Number five, lively lifestyle. Uh, Hindi naman siguro maganda no if you're going to invest in a place na masyadong malamya or masyadong tahimik. You would want something lively to attract also more tourists no to come. Number six, security. Of course, this is a main consideration kasi ayaw din natin na mag-invest into a place na ang gulo-gulo, no? Ang daming patayan or ang daming mga insurgencies. Seven, increasing local migration. You would want as many people to rent in your investment, so this is a good thing. And number eight, increased value of real estate. So just in case we would want to know, in terms of booming economy, as mentioned, Cebu is a first-class, highly urbanized city. Our two drivers in the economy is the BPO and tourism. And of course, Cebu is, ranked fifth richest city in the Philippines with 35 billion asset based on 2021 COA report. In terms of accessibility, hindi kayo mahihirapan. Our airport, the Mactan Cebu International Airport, is actually the second busiest airport in the Philippines. And it's so modern. In fact, it got an award in terms of the best design no sa by certain architecture na groups or organization. We also have a very big and busy na seaports which accommodates both local and international. And of course, in the future, we will have a very efficient transport system as we will be installing the BRT system or the bus rapid transit system, just like in some modern countries like sa Hong Kong or in other or in Singapore, and then the proposed monorail. So if you will look at Cebu with all of this development, nako, you will say it's really comparable now with other modern cities. When you talk about great labor force, our workers here, we have a good pool of talents here, and that's thanks to our reputable universities found here, no? And Cebu is a home to hundreds of tech and BPO companies and ranked 8 at the top 100 outsourcing destination in the world. Now, we were talking earlier on about tourism. So, sinasabi na natin that Cebu really has so many come-ons to tourists, foreign and locals alike. So, that is really undisputed na. And and then the fifth one is the lively lifestyle. So, if you look at Cebu, because it's the second biggest metropolitan, nako, maybe all the major malls or all the malls that's found in Manila is already here. In fact, here in Cebu, ang dami-dami natin ng malls, no? We have like 5 major malls. Then you have the Gaisanos pa. You have 50 more Gaisano malls, no? So ang dami-dami. And also, we have lots of restaurants here and also bars and entertainment centers. So hindi na siya, it's really fun, no? Also to be here in Cebu. And then next is the security. Well, Cebu prides itself for being one of the most peaceful areas in the Philippines. In fact, our crime rate is lower than 1.1%. And in terms of local migration, our population is increasing annually at 5% because of some people are those who would want to settle to Cebu for better opportunities. So yun yung increased local migration. And then, of course, this is what we want, no? Because we are investors of real estate, we would want our real estate also to value, to appreciate over time. So, I would want to give you an update. Ano na yung nangyari sa real estate in Cebu? What's the status? What's the health of our real estate here? So, if you have seen Cebu at this time, we have 88 high-rise buildings, no? 88 on the making, 24 completed, 40 under construction, and another 23 pending with HUDCC or with the HLURB now. As mentioned, we have 5 major malls, and then we also have more than 50 malls by the Gaisanos, and a lot of hypermarts and also convenience stores. And if you're here because you wanted just to, have a vacation, you will never have a problem because in Cebu we have a total of 1,045 hotels and accommodations that would include mga resorts, hotels, inns, hostels, and many more. And then for locators and destinations, 'di ba, yung parang if I go to Singapore, I'll be visiting parang this place, parang ganun na locators. Here, there's going to be a locator already. Like for example, we have Cebu Ocean Park. Cebu Ocean Park, just a trivia lang, this is 6 times bigger than Manila Ocean Park. And then we also have the Cebu Safari ngayon. That's around 100 hectares big and it's a premier safari and adventure park. Then we have the SM Seaside City, SMX Convention, an arena, and the New Star Casino Resort in the making. And of course, what would add on and increase to the value of your real estate is actually some infrastructures. 'Di ba alam natin that for example, if you have a piece of land, and if that piece of land merong nag-traverse na let's say gagawan ng daan, 'di ba naturally your piece of land will increase in property value. So these major infrastructures of government under the Duterte's build will actually add value, no, to our current real estate na properties here. So you have the MCIA or the Mactan Cebu International Airport expansion. You have the third bridge, the Cebu Cordova Express Link. And then you have the new Cebu International Container Port, Metro Expressway, the new carbon market modernization, and the proposed SRP Consolacion monorail. So these are some of the pictures of what I was talking about, no, in terms of major na mga infrastructure development that can add value to your property. Now, having said this, you would ask, baka naman ang mahal-mahal, no, mag-invest sa Cebu. Baka I cannot afford because Cebu is like a metropolitan na pala. So, baka yung price ng Cebu is same as Manila. I have good news for you. It is now very easy. It is now very affordable to invest in Cebu, and I will tell you how. But before that, I would want to give this to you and ask you, why would you want to live or to buy property in Cebu? Number one, you would want to live or buy property in Cebu because probably number one, you are someone looking for a property to settle within the metropolitan but just a step away from the island vibe. Baka ikaw yung type na gusto mo within the city ka na nakatira, but of course, just a few minutes away, nandun ka na sa mga beaches. Or just a few minutes away, nagliliwaliw ka na dun sa mga kabundukan, no, with all the flower gardens out there. Or just a few miles away, you're already doing canyoneering. So if you are that type of person who would want to settle, then buy properties in Cebu. Number two, probably you are someone who wants a vacation home, a quick getaway from the busy and hassle of life, and earn extra income on days not in use. I understand. You are there, you are working there, and probably you are already settled outside our country. But there will always be a part of you that would want to you come here every now and then. And baka that will be a chance for you to buy a vacation home in Cebu. Vacation home na if hindi mo ginagamit, you're assured that it will not be, that it will not be rented out because ang daming pumupunta dito. So that's a good thing, no? Number three, you are someone who have children whom you want to go to college. So baka naman you are living just within the area, you are living within the islands of the Visayas, and you have children who wants to go to college. You can bring them. You can actually send your children here because we have lots of universities and colleges here in Cebu. So that's a reason for you to buy properties in Cebu. Or baka naman you are a businessman who wants to look for good opportunities here. So, gusto mo na expansion ng business, you can expand here in Cebu, but you would need a place to stay. So, you buy a property here in Cebu. Or, you are a young professional who would want to seek opportunities in a big city. So, this is the right time for you to buy properties in Cebu. And lastly, maybe you are a real estate investor who knows that the potential and possibility of investing in real estate with great incremental value is here. Invest in real estate while the market is not yet fully saturated. So, marami sa atin, no? We have so many reasons why we want to invest. So baka you are among those reasons, no, that I have mentioned. Now, if you are those, I have good news for you because you have two great properties, no, that I can actually share. This is number one is our One Oasis Cebu, found in the mainland of Cebu, no? Nasa mainland siya. So within all the proximity of the business areas like Asia Town IT Park, Cebu Business Park, Ayala, SM. So, ito yung One Oasis Cebu, no? And the other one is located, San Remo Oasis, located in a new city. Ito yung reclaimed area, no? We call the South Road Properties that is foreseen to be the future of Cebu. So, dalawa yung pagpipilian natin. Would you want it to invest in the now, yung ngayon na completed na yung area, or the future? But if you look at what's in store for you, ang ganda-ganda. So if you choose the first, no, yung One Oasis Cebu, I tell you, this is something that you would want, especially if for example gusto mo lang ng paunti-unti muna na investment, yung hindi ka parang you can just put in something pero hindi ka nagmamadali, no? Because we have a pre-selling unit in One Oasis Cebu. Pre-selling unit, like it is like just saving an amount, but later on after 3 years nalaman mo na, uy, may condo na pala ako. How much would it takes for you to invest in a One Oasis Cebu, no? So, I tell you, as low as 9,000 pesos only. That's the good news. 9,000 pesos only, and you already have this beautiful resort theme, no? Na condominium in the heart of the city. In the heart of the city. Na ang amenities is already fully completed and operational as well. Ito yung maganda dito because what is 9,000? 9,000 para ka lang is like 300 pesos a day. For others, this is like equivalent to a Starbucks, no? I've seen how much a Starbucks has cost in Australia. That's like $6. So that's equivalent to your daily na pwedeng i-save mo so you can already afford a condominium. So, in One Oasis Cebu, there's a pre-selling building there. We call Building 8. And there are two products here. The products here are, of course, the two-bedroom unit and the studio unit. So, as mentioned, the good news is that for only 9,000, you can already get a studio unit in One Oasis Cebu. And then, how much ba yung, is this a good investment? Yes, no? The installment is like 9,000, pero let's say if the equity would already come, probably it would be ranging between 25 to 30,000 per month. Pero I tell you, this is a good investment. Previously, prior to COVID, and even now, kaya lang ngayon, pero nalilimitahan, this is a good Airbnb investment for everybody. Yung studio unit, no, in an Airbnb would already range from 1,500 to 2,000 per night na daily rate nila on an Airbnb. So let's say you have a 2,000 per night na studio unit. So multiply that by, let's say, 30. So that's already equivalent to like 60,000. And then your monthly equity is somewhere between 30,000. So it's still a positive cash flow. So this is a good investment, mga kababayan, no? So if you're thinking of a good investment, One Oasis Cebu likewise is a good investment. Then we also have a few na lang, pero I would say mga less than 5 units na mga RFO. Kung gusto mong nagmamadali kayo, if you want to already move in, so we have an RFO unit. So that's like between 12,000 per month. So later on, if there are questions, I would explain to you on the promo on how you can, purchase a unit, no, in One Oasis Cebu. And then, of course, this slide will tell you that the best time to invest is yesterday, no? The next best time is today. You take a look, no? When we launched our first building, that's building 2 in October of 2008, the price per square was only at 61,000. Pero ngayon, the current base price is already at 107,000 per square. So, can you look at the cumulative price increase? That's around 75%. So, looking at it on an investor side, this is a good investment.
Yes, grabe naman. Sobrang ganda pala talaga ang Cebu na mag-invest ka doon. Kaya nga, how to choose, Ringo?
Alam mo nung una, Marita, nung sinabi sa akin ni Ma'am Angeline yung mga food, yung lechon, nagutom talaga ako. Pero nung pinakita ni Ma'am Angeline yung mga promo at saka yung ganda ng Cebu, mas nagutom ako mag-invest. Parang pakiramdam ko kung ako ang mag-i-invest ngayon at alam ko yung lugar na yun, kung mismong taga Cebu ko or karating lugar, no? Kinakailangan meron ako dyan. Parang alam mo yun, may iingit ka, magsisisi ka kapag hindi ka nag-invest pala dyan. Yun ang naramdaman ko kanina, Marix. Imagine mo, 9,000 pesos. Yung hulugan mo sa studio unit na pre-selling. Tapos yung nakita ko yung amenities, sobrang laki, sobrang, alam mo, napaka-fresh. Tapos, exclusive ang lugar, paglabas mo, naandun ka na sa sentro. Tama po ba? Ganon siya kalapit. Yes. 9,000 pesos lang.
Tapos, Ringo, ito pa, pagka hindi ka nag-invest ngayon, magsisisi ka. Kasi, ang ganda ng sinabi ni Miss Angeli, buying the future at today's price. Oh. Yung iba nagtatanong, long term ang investment. Pag nag-ano ko sa real estate, ang tagal-tagal naman yan. 'Di ba? Kung minsan ayoko. 'Di ba? Ayoko sa future. Kailangan YOLO lang. You only live once. Kailangan mag-enjoy lang ako. Pero pwede namang both. Enjoy your life and at the same time, 'di ba? Invest ka. So I met this person na talagang privilege. Kasi pinaunlakan niya tayo. Hindi ako nahirapan. Wow. Oo, grabe. Atong tao na to ay based in Singapore. No? I met him, if I'm not mistaken, 2010 ba yon? Basta. O, tignan mo naman, sabi ko, you can enjoy life, diba? Without further ado, let's call on Corley Javier. Yeah, thank you, Corley, for saying yes. Andyan ba? Ayan na, hi, Corley! Ayun.
Hello, kumusta? Okay, so nasa labas kasi ako ngayon kasi may prior commitment. Anyway, short, ano lang naman to, di ba? Short,
yes.
Tawag dito, sharing kung ano yung nakuha ko dun sa pag-invest ko dun sa One Oasis.
Saka kailan mo siya kinuha, Corley?
Actually, 12 years ago pa. So it was a very, actually kumuha lang akong studio, but along the way, merong nagkaroon ng issue noon di ba, Marita?
Oo. So, naging 2-bedroom siya.
Na-delay yung building ko. Then, eventually, what happened was, we really need to move in kasi natapos na yung contract namin dun sa nirerentahan namin. So, fortunately, yung showroom unit, sabi nila kung okay lang ba sa akin na lumipat ako doon. So, sabi ko, sige, why not? But I say, kaya lang yung price dapat is pre-selling din. So binigay nila sa akin in pre-selling. So I just paid the difference. So during that time, 12 years ago, it was around 2.5. So currently, the market value...
Oo. Gaano kalaki yung 2-bedroom mo, Cole?
It's around 36 square meters. So 36. Oo. Then, humingi ako ng advice sa friend ko na engineer. Tinanong ko kung okay lang ba yung showroom. Sabi niya, the best na kunin mo yung showroom kasi lahat doon standard. So, kinuha ko. So so far hindi siya na-renovate for the past 12 years kasi when we moved in there, lahat ng mga bata nag-aaral. So fortunately lahat sila graduate na. So isa na lang yung nag-aaral, which is okay na ngayon. They are moving out to our new home. Yung tawag dito, yung sarili na naming bahay. So but during within that 12 years, ang main purpose ng unit was for family use. But along the way, 2-3 years ago, nagre-rent lang kami, pinaparent out lang namin yung isang room kasi 2 bata na lang yung nag-aaral, so may space. So meron lang yung mga transients, mga ganyan. Not much of an income, pero the fact na we're not renting anymore, isang malaking isang malaking savings. So a while ago, you saw there was a very nice newly decorated
Ang
unit,
ganda.
right?
Pakita ulit
Ito yung
natin.
pangalawang unit na kinuha namin, which is now a studio unit, which is at Building 9. Yung building ko kasi, yung first building ko is Building 2. So yung Building 2, yun yung 2 bedroom. Ito ngayon, ito yung single studio unit. So which we just renovated 3 months ago. So currently, pinaparent out namin siya for Airbnb or pwede ring long term. So,
Magkano sa per night? Oo.
per night is around 1,500. So the good thing about nito is it's just beside Ayala Center. So accessible talaga siya. So yun din. So actually meron din akong friend actually kasama ko rin ngayon. Ano ko na rin siya diyan, kapitbahay. Kasi din siya. So at least there's we're also planning kung meron pang in future, kung merong available din, baka kumuha rin ako ulit. Although sa One Oasis, ito lang yung location na feel ko na mas comfortable ako kasi within the city area, very central. 5 minutes within SM City, within Ayala Center, then 20 minutes to airport. So tsaka marami siyang hindi ka makakot into traffic kasi marami siyang areas na pwede mong labasan. And community-wise, so far no issues within the management and wala naman kaming naging issue so far for the past 12 years doon. Kami yung pinakauna doon eh. Kasi dati, dalawang building lang. So kami yung kilala na kami doon, kilala na kami. So so far a lot of people come and go but we've stayed there. Ngayon by next month totally wala na siya. Kasi graduate na lahat ng mga bata eh. Yung isa na lang mag-aaral college na pero I think we'll move out to a new place na malapit sa school. Ang mangyayari is ipapa-renovate siya kaya lang na-halt yung renovation ngayon gawa ng COVID. So property-wise, the value itself has appreciated. So ngayon nasa 4.8 to 5.5 depende.
Wow!
So almost double now after 12 years. So yun din, I mean, hindi ko rin namalayan natapos ko na pala.
Kaya nga, di ba? Tapos congratulations!
Sir Curly, maraming salamat. Isang tanong na lang po ako, Sir Curly. What made you decide na mag-purchase kayo ng studio unit pa na isa?
So actually, what made us decide kasi while living there, yung aking pinsan, she was the one, they are the ones staying in my unit. So over the past, mula nung high school sila hanggang graduate ng college, they find it very, very convenient. They like the community itself. So when she got married, she informed her husband na sabi niya, we just stay here, we get a unit as well. So kasi UK-based na sila. So when they come home, pwede nilang gamitin, hindi na sila mag-hotel kasi hotel in Cebu is quite expensive. So at the same time, it's now generating an income. So for monthly rentals, it's around 25 to 30K depende sa usapan or depende sa months. Then for daily is around 1,500. So it's really bringing in extra money. At the same time, na-realize na bata pa siya. So mas maigi na kumuha ngayon. So actually, nakailang years na ba siya? 2 years plus na. So niloan niya sa bank. So most likely ilang months, ilang years pa niya niloan. I think 10 years or 5 years lang. Ganun. So by the time she turns 30, paid na niya.
Ang bata, ang bata umano.
Ang bata pa niya. So,
Yes.
So I think it's a good place for those who are planning to invest. It's a good place kasi I think there's new buildings coming in kasi as what I've heard, binili nila yung lupa dun sa may bandang likuran. So most likely what will happen is they can purchase as early as now. There's no right timing kung kailan ka pa-purchase. There will never be at the right time. So during that time when I met Marita 12 years ago, my salary back then, nako, Diyos ko, saktong-sakto lang talaga. Paycheck to paycheck. Although I was already in Singapore, pero syempre if you allow things to pay up. But eventually I was able to pay it without knowing it rather than naubos siya. Lalo pa ako, nakita niyo yung profile ko, I'm a big fan of
Adventurous.
Oo, so nitong COVID lang ako na hindi, yung last photo kong naka
Parachute.
parachute actually is ano yun, before COVID,
Dubai.
2019. I was in Nepal. I went for pumunta akong Mount Everest, pero hindi ako makyat sa baba lang.
Ikaw talaga, Court.
So hanggang baba lang kasi ang mahal, di ko kaya. $10,000 pala yung budget para umakyat doon. So that's it. I think over time might as well put something where na kung gusto mong mag-retire earlier, kaya nga sabi ko I'll be staying in Singapore for maybe 2 to 3 years more. Kasi I mean, I do have other properties within Cebu, but I think generally you should invest in properties. Kaya I have other properties which is not under what do you call this, not under One Oasis or Philinvest, but it's all within Cebu. So different, diversify ko rin kasi depende sa profile. So I think it's a good investment. Real estate is really a good investment.
Thank you very much, Sir Corley. At maraming congratulations sa iyong investment. Hindi isa, kundi dalawang property investment sa One Oasis Mabolo.
Yes. Ayan,
Yeah,
Miss Angeline.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all sa inyong lahat who has given me this honor. I'm really hoping na ang dami na maraming mga kababayan natin would already open up their minds into investing. And tama yung sinabi ng mga nag-testimony, talagang there's no such thing as the right time na dapat when ba pwedeng magbumili ng real estate. Just go for it. If you're ready already, go for it, especially now that the industry is very bullish. Yung real estate in Cebu is very bullish, and ang daming promos na binibigay ng mga developers. So, 9,000 per month, invest na in Cebu.
Wow, thank you, Miss Angeline. May chika lang po ako, isang chismis before we say goodbye. Ma'am, the last time I visited One Oasis Cebu, I saw some foreigner na nag-reside dyan. I don't know if they were from Denmark or from Scandinavian country, na parang mga exchange students na bunch of 20 persons na nagre-rent dyan sa One Oasis. Tama po ba? May ganun po mga senaryo?
Yes, because alam mo ba, Ringo, that just beside us, beside ng One Oasis Cebu or across us pala, meron dun yung international school. Cebu International School is there. So, kaya maraming mga exchange students na nagre-rent ng One Oasis. Meron din malapit doon na Korean schools. And also na mga Chinese na mga investors na nandun din, no? They're there, they're renting a place in One Oasis. So ang One Oasis is a good rental business talaga.
Oh my goodness! For 9,000 pesos lang, itodo mo na. Gustado wax bago magkatapusan. Decide din pag may time. Yan.
Sige, thank you so much, Miss Angeline, for your time.
You.
Yes.
Salamat. Thank you.